Hardcore 4x4 is an off-road truck racing game developed by Gremlin Interactive for the Sega Saturn, the Sony PlayStation, and the Windows PC. The game released in the US on November 30th, 1996, and I remember getting both the PlayStation console and a copy of this game, so it still holds a special place in my heart, despite the fact that it's been over 20 years since then. Being that it's an early PlayStation 1 game, there aren't that many options for customizability. You have a simple main menu that also serves as your options menu. Here, you can select your race type with a single race, a championship-style race where you race all the tracks in succession, or the time trials mode where you compete with friends for the best race time. Remember, there was no multiplayer back then, so you had to get your friends together, or actually make friends, so you could assert your dominance over them in a video game. Then, you could choose your vehicle, each one being graded in 3 different areas: top speed, traction, and suspension. Or, if you were like me, you just chose your favorite color and hope for the best. You also have the option to choose between manual and automatic transmissions, so you can choose whatever fits your driving style. If you're playing a single race, you could also choose the track that you could race on. Tracks include, but are not limited to, forest type areas, desert type areas, snow type areas, and a f***ing volcano. What made this game unique for me was the fact that you could choose a day or night cycle and whether or not it had any weather effects. You could also choose the severity of said weather effects for each track, but it's not recommended because sometimes you can't see sh**. The game controls rather typically where the left and right buttons steer your truck, and the X button means putting the pedal to the metal. It utilized the arcade-style turbo drive function where you press the gas button twice in rapid succession to gain that sweet, sweet boost. Except it's not so sweet because every bump in this game can turn you around and the boost can send you flying in the wrong direction, landing you in last place. Hardcore 4x4 is reminiscent of early PlayStation racing games, where the polygons and 3D environment work together to make sure that you aren't able to differentiate what is environment and what is actual playable area. It's not bad by any means. The stylized graphics help keep the game from showing its age, but the amount of polygons in this game is too damn high. The visuals aren't that bad when it comes to daytime driving, provided you left the weather severity alone, but if you mess with the weather option, you're gonna have a bad time. One thing I really appreciate about the game is that if you take too many canyons to the radiator, the truck will actually start warping, showing the wear and tear that you're causing to the poor defenseless truck that's only doing what you asked it to do. For a mid-90s video game, the sounds are crisp and clean, and there is a minimal amount of sound effects for the game to run. The announcer's voice meshes well with the aesthetic of the game and will make dated comments about the status of your run.
Push it to the max. Now that's off-roading. Better get going. Hopefully this little baby will be quick enough to stay with the competition. Get ready to erupt out of the gate, but beware of the lava.
There are even audio cues depending on what place you come in when the race ends.
Hardcore. Too bad. Try again. Loser.
The announcer's voice feels campy at times, but you can't help but excuse it because of the era that the game came out. Overall, this game has cemented itself in my heart and will undoubtedly continue to bring me joy every time the game fires up. The music makes me nostalgic to the first time I ever placed a CD-ROM into the disc drive of that old gray box. There's definitely fun to be had here if you enjoy challenging games with simplistic control schemes. I might be looking at this game through rose-tinted glasses, but I definitely will be popping this game in more often.